When most people hear the term tarantula, they're thinking this huge, massive, hairy spider. And, there's certainly those around. And then inevitably, when you say, hey, I keep tarantulas, the first or second question that follows is, do you have a bird eater? The term bird eater is super generic, but most people, when they say it, are referring to the Theraphosa genus. But there are other bird eaters out there. Take, for example, some of the tarantulas in the Pamphobeteus genus. Their common names often refer to bird eater. In this video, we'll be rehousing my Pamphobeteus species Cascada. I'm Jay. This is Jay's Cryptic Creatures. Come on, let's learn something together. When I started researching tarantulas, the array of colors was really, really interesting. The blues, the oranges, etc. Doing even more research, I found out the majority of those come from the old world, and those old world tarantulas can pack some pretty potent venom, and I wasn't prepared for that at the time. With that said, continuing research, you stumble upon the bird eaters, and I personally started really looking at the size of these things, and that's what it really interested me. So continuing the research, I came across, several of the bird eaters, we'll call them, the Theraphosas, and some of the species inside of that genus. For some reason, I think mainly due to price at the time and my inexperience level, I kind of stayed away from them. But there was a lot of Pamphobeteus that was out there and pretty readily available. So I decided to grab a couple of those and, you know, check them out. Unlike a lot of New World tarantulas that are the kind of bland brown slings, these guys sport some amazing patterns. Check out some of these videos here. As you can see, as slings, they have this awesome Christmas tree pattern on the abdomen. The orange and the black, they're super cool and quite unique to this genus. I got this sling in late 2022 from Steve at Arachnoid Den, and as you will see coming up, it's quite a bit bigger than when I picked it up and I showing the sling pictures earlier. All right, so this girl will be going into a large critter keeper. The dimensions are approximately 15 by just under 8 inches in depth and then about 9 inches in height. This should give significant room for growth. In my experience, they aren't necessarily moisture dependent, but they certainly appreciate it. So it's hard to tell. But we got some moist substrate there on the bottom and some drier on the top. We are also including a water dish, some fake plants, and then a starter burrow as well. My girl seems to like to stay buried. They come out at night like most tarantulas, but they seem to like to hide. So we gave her a nice big one. Yeah, we won't spend too much time on this. Let's go get the girl moved over. In her burrow right now is the gal we will be rehousing, my Pamphobeteus species Cascada. Presumed female. Again, I'm saying presumed because what I like to do is sex 2 molts just so I can double check myself and confirm. However, I have not been able to get a clean second molt yet. Actually, come to think of it, if you think me going through and doing a video on how I sex the tarantulas, something you'd be interested in, let me know in the comments and I can see if I can pull that together. But for now, let's try to get this presumed female moved over to her new house. Now, this species can be a bit skittish, and they are New World, so I do have gloves on. They are not
they're not afraid to kick their hairs. So hopefully we can do this without causing her too much aggravation. I want to try to make this as non-invasive as possible, but she is hunkered down pretty good in there. Let's see here. Well, there she is. Alright, there she is. So let me move the old enclosure out the way, and then we'll get her moved. Alright, let me detach the camera here and get some good video. Okay, so we're into the new enclosure. This species can be found in the regions of Ecuador, and it has been known to get, in that 8-inch ballpark or so. I like to keep this substrate moist, but not overly moist, kind of described in the enclosure build. Eradicating hairs, as we mentioned, pretty fast growth rate. Really, really a cool species, big and on display. Feedings, as a sling, they're pretty large, so we were able to feed small crickets right from the start. I did that weekly. As they reached juvenile stage, I was doing bi-weekly feedings with large cricket or several small crickets. And then as an adult, we feed 3 to 4 times a month. Oh, I'm sorry, every 3 to 4 weeks. Usually 5 crickets or superworms, depending what I have in the mix. Temperament, like I said, it can be skittish, are pretty quick to kick hairs. She did a great job in the rehouse, so pretty stoked about that. Yeah, hopefully she'll continue to grow, and we'll have some update videos in the future. All in all, I think that went pretty well. When the tarantulas dug into their den, coaxing them out can be a little bit of a challenge. You don't want to rip the hide out and cause a cave in. Trying to get the brush to get them the back out. These things you have to work through. I mean, all in all, I think it was pretty good. In the hours since filming, she found the starter burrow, dug in, rearranged some things, and made herself a cozy little den. Do you guys keep Pamphobeteus? And if so, tell me about your experience in the comments. With all this being said, please like, subscribe, and we can continue to learn about tarantulas, snakes, and other cryptic creatures together. Until next time.